Eat your heart out, YouTube. This is Kennel Red coming at you with quick battle number 2. So I'm really excited about this. We won our first battle with this team. You should go check out that video if you didn't see it. But we are rocking the Azumarill Belly Drum. We're rocking Mega Pinsir, Melodic as our special wall, Palo Sand as our physical wall. We're bringing the Alolan Persian for the taunt, and then in the final slot, we've got a Choice Banded Lycanroc. Now, my opponent's team looks really strong right here. He's got 3 Dragon types between the Komodo, Hydreigon, and Dragonite, 2 Fairy types with freaking Primarina and Mimikyu, and then in the final slot he has that Decidueye. So I'm not afraid of the Decidueye, and I predict it as the lead, so I go ahead and lead with Persian. Unfortunately for me, he leads with Komodo, which is absolutely a check to us. He's got that fighting type, so we have to get Persian out of here or risk getting one-shotted. So he predicts this on this turn as I bring in our defensive wall, Palo Sand. He goes for the Dragon Dance, so that's not looking too good for us. I figure I'm the most defensive Pokemon I'm gonna have. I've got to go for an attack as he goes for a second Dragon Dance. We get an Earth Power off, which does a pretty good amount. 44% is not bad, and we have to take a Shadow Claw. But look, we actually live that super effective +2 Shadow Claw because we're just that defensive and get another Earth Power off. So that's really, really good for us. Really exciting. And Palo Sand does actually have to go down this turn. Now, I decide that we're just going to bring in our Mega Pinsir, who can come in here with the quick attack and just, pick up the revenge kill on this Komodo. And that's exactly what we do. He decides just, it's not worth keeping this guy around, so he goes down to the quick attack, which is really, really good for us. We've got a huge threat with those 2 Dragon Dances off the field. So in comes Hydreigon, which I think is a really bad play because I have Superpower. So I just go for the Superpower, one-shot this guy. I'm not sure, what he was really thinking there. Maybe he thought we didn't have the superpower, but I don't know. It just wasn't the greatest switch to me, but we get to take out a huge threat. And in comes Mimikyu. We have to break Mimikyu's disguise, even though I don't want to sit in here against this thing, so we went for the quick attack. Now, on this turn, he actually went for the Hone Claws, boosting his attack and his accuracy, so I know a Play Rough is coming. So I go for the return. It's my strongest attack, but it doesn't take him out. It leaves him with basically 20% health, and we have to take a Play Rough. I really, really thought I was going to live this, honestly. I was very surprised to be one-shotted by that +1 Play Rough, but I guess it happens. In comes Azumarill, and I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet to try and pick up the kill. And it's another revenge kill this game for Azumarill. So things are looking really, really good for me. I'm basically just whittling his team down. I'm losing stuff, but I'm always able to get the kill after. So in comes Primarina. I've got to get up out of here and switch into our own special wall. For people that don't know, Primarina and Melodic are actually really, really similar stat-wise. They're both water types that have huge, huge special defense. So I've got Toxic on mine. So I figure as long as he's not packing Toxic, I can outstall him. So we do get the Toxic off, it doesn't miss, and Primarina is poisoned over there. Now he gets a crit on this Moon Blast, which does 54%, so that's a huge amount, but seeing that that's his best attack he has, and that's a crit, that means we have nothing to fear from him. If that's the best he can do, is 54%, we can always recover that off. So he goes for the Skull to see how much damage it does, maybe fishing for the burn for that residual damage, but it's doing basically nothing, 13%, and a Moon Blast it does about 26%. When it's not a crit, we get to see that right here. So the Moon Blast actually does more than I thought. It does 35%. But that's really, really not enough, and we're just going to be able to sit here and whittle this guy down over and over and over again. Now, he does have a Decidueye in the back, so at some point, it would be really, really smart for him to switch into it. See, and I think he does that on the next turn. He goes for his Z move, Oceanic Operata, and it does nothing, so that was his, one opportunity to see how much damage his max attack could do, and it really does nothing. So in comes the Decidueye, the good switch for me. We get a recover off, and we have to switch up out of here because Decidueye will absolutely one-shot our Melodic. So on this turn, we go into the Persian just to kind of say, well, if he goes for the Shadow Ball, we know we'll live. But the Leaf Blade brings us down to 50%. And we get to get a Dark Pulse off this next turn because we outspeed. So Dark Pulse hits, brings him down to a really, really good amount. I'm really enjoying that. And he goes for the Low Sweep on this turn, which doesn't quite kill, but because of the speed drop he gets off this move, we will not outspeed this next turn, and he finishes us off with the Leaf Blade. So, Persian, you didn't get to do a whole lot, but you did bring a Decidueye down from full health to 14%, so you know what? That's okay. In comes Azumarill, who's just going to Aqua Jet, but he decides to preserve the Decidueye and brings in the Primarina, which I guess is an okay move. He sees that we have a Melodic and an Azumarill, so he knows that having that Decidueye in the back is really, really going to make or break the game. Because he super affects both of our big, strong Pokemon. So I just go back out into Melodic just to stall this guy out some more. We take the Scald. Doesn't do really anything. 23%, not afraid of it. And he's going to go down on this next turn to his Toxic. I decided to Scald just to see if I could take him out from 13%, but he lives on 2, so didn't really happen. And our Melodic's not going to be sitting at full HP at the end of this like it would have been if I had recovered and played really, really safe. But I didn't want this to go on too long. I'm not a huge fan of Toxic stalls just because I know it really upsets the opponent because it upsets me. Alright, so in comes Decidueye, and I decide to sack off Melodic, because at this point, his only 2 Pokemon are Decidueye and Dragonite, and Melodic's really, really not as useful as my other Pokemon, so I let it go down so I can bring in Azumarill for free and get an Aqua Jet off. He decides to preserve the Decidueye again, and switches into his Dragonite, which is really important because Dragonite at full HP has an ability called Multiscale, which means he can only take 50% damage. We got to break the multi-scale with the Aqua Jet on his unsafe switch in. We take a Thunder Punch, but he's absolutely going down this turn to a Play Rough. So really bringing in the Dragonite on a non-safe switch like that was not a good idea. And this Decidueye out here, we know we outspeed with the Aqua Jet, so it's really just going to be Azumarill cleaning up the field here. I think those last 2 turns he could have played a little better by killing off the Decidueye and bringing in the Dragonite for free. But either way, I think we had that game in the bag. So shout out to Nightingale, our opponent right there. Played very, very well, I'd say overall. But in the end, we just had the better team and we played better. I really think Melodic is too good. Melodic's too good. She's evil. She's full of douchebaggery. It's just the worst. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got one more battle coming at you with this team in the next few days here, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this team or suggestions for teams that you'd like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Eat your heart out, YouTube. I'll catch you later.